What do you think of the Saudi takeover at the moment?
What I think about it?
Yeah.
There's more money in the sport.
Yeah.
At the minute.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's going to carry on being like that.
Really?
Well, they're trying to charm everyone, aren't they? They're trying to, Saudis are trying to get everyone over there. Where was boxing in the 80s and 90s? Vegas.
Yeah, yeah.
They're trying to take it off the Italians and that.
Yeah.
They're trying to go that way of it. But I think they're trying to charm them. But will the money still be there in 10, 15 years? You don't know. They might have people tied in contracts and then they're just getting the control. I don't know how the industry works in Saudi, where the money's, the oil's drying up or whatnot, and they want to now invest money into sport and take over the sport industry, that's what it looks like they're doing to me. Football, darts, snooker.
Yeah.
It looks like they're taking over everything. That's what it looks like they're doing. So far, so good, I think, by them. I think they're looking after people very well, like very respectfully. I think they're doing great by the boxers and sportsmen.
Okay.
I think the fan side of things, I think the rules and regulations over there got to relax a bit more.
Yeah.
Before boxing takes off properly over there, because what I can gather in the fans, if I was a fighter there, my fans wouldn't be accepted over there.
Yeah.
So, but I understand that there's some of them a bit too much, so the rules have to be held there a little bit in place, but there's no boozing, there's a lot of things, because obviously we all know there's been boozing going on over there.
Yeah.
Party life goes on over there, in and away. What I'm saying to you, they've got to be a bit more lenient on what's going on. That's what I personally believe.
Okay.
But obviously, it ain't my country to run.
Yeah.
That would I run. If I run a country, I think we'd all be in trouble.
We'll have a good time, Kev. We'll have a laugh.
We'd all be skinning in a week.
We touched a little bit on Frank Warren.
Yeah.
So when you were talking about Frank, my question to you, who was better for your career, Frank Warren or Eddie Hearn?
Two sides to it. I think Frank Warren built me to, me and Frank built each other built me to become an East London name in the East End, to become well known and to sell big tickets.
Yeah.
I've done that with Frank and Richard Manyard, Dean Powell, the whole team, Frank Warren. Business-wise, I think Frank was having it hard at the time. I'm not sure, I can't quote me on this, but I think so. If he had it hard, we all had it hard. So we weren't earning the money. We weren't being delivered how I wanted to. I didn't earn the big money that I was hoping for. But then that's down to my behalf of negotiating with Frank and things like that. That's a lot down to my own inexperience and making mistakes, negotiating with him. But then, as a kid, I'd think that they'd been good to me, and looked after me. But I didn't feel like I was looked after like that. Eddie Hearn looked after me as such. He looked after me a bit. Yeah, Eddie Hearn did what he said he did. I didn't ever hold a contract with Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn was just an handshake. I've been friends with Eddie for a number of years, and now I found Eddie was fair. But Frank was fair, but it is what it is. It's easy to badmouth people and say, this was that, he didn't pay me that, he didn't pay me this. But I know at the time Frank was having it hard, and when I got with Eddie was having it good. So it's just a bit of both. But I'd say me personally, I had a better time, I had a happier career with Eddie Hearn.
Yeah.
With Frank Warren, I found a lot of depression. I wasn't getting the money I thought I was should have got, nowhere near it.
Yeah.
And I found a lot of depression. I ate the booze every year, that wasn't ever hidden. I was always you must know if he was in the area.
Yeah.
I was always on the piss, I was always out of my head, I was always fighting in bars, getting up to no good.
But
being silly.
I mean, I remember meeting you in a pub a couple of times, and you probably won't remember meeting me, but you was always a sweetheart. You was always the guy, do you want to have a photo? And I'm good friends with a mutual friend of ours, Danny.
Yeah.
And Danny was a great boxer as well, right?
Dan was a good fighter.
Yeah, good fighter. And I used to train with Danny and stuff like that. And I always remember Danny, we was in the Firkin, and you turned up with Danny, and me and my mate Steve was like, it's Kevin Mitchell. And I was like, can we ask to have a photo? And I was like, we can't ask him. He'd probably tell us, f off. But I think you heard us. You went, come and have a photo. What are you worried about?
I was always, do you know what? I was always right, but you always get around, and you've always had it around yourself. You always get an idiot, didn't you?
Yeah.
When you're starting you. So over the years, I've had a bit of aggro here and there, but I feel like it's just what it's like. I feel I was always nice and friendly to you.
You were,
if I
definitely.
wasn't, I wouldn't have sold well. If I was an arsehole, I always said to my son Connor, because he's so shy, and he really ain't he's shy around people. I say, Connor, you've got to be a bit out there and speak to people. The people want to talk to you. He said, you don't realise it, boy. I said, people are already talking about you now. No, they're not, Dad. I said, boy, I promise you, whether you like it or not, you're well known. You're already becoming famous. You're a young name, but so you're already well known already in sport.
Yeah.
He's like, Dad, really? I said, yeah, you've got to make an effort. You know, you struggle with it, but you've got to make that effort to be able to speak to people. But he's doing it now. So like he's now like in gyms. Tonight now as we're talking now, he's PTing in the gym in Onga, TW1 gym, my mate's gym.
Okay.
So he's doing bits there. Like, but he's like getting involved with. We'd be in pubs, talking. We'd naturally but they don't get at no more. These kids.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
They struggle with like.
Socialising.
Yeah, socializing with people. Yeah, like he really does. He's
he-
the most nicest kid as well.
Is he going to turn pro anytime
Yeah,
soon?
yeah, but he's not an idiot like me. So like, he's got my mates. I'm lucky and very blessed. I've got my mate Alex Clackus, my mate Kai Fella, Kenny Harrison, Luke Smith.
Yeah.
They're my mates who've got companies that have done well for themselves.
Okay.
And they're all looking after them and sponsoring, making sure so he don't have to rush into contracts.
Yeah.
And he ain't got to worry about nothing, that he can pay his bills, he can look after himself, he's only good. They pay him very well. So like, he weren't like me as a kid. I went into negotiating contracts, not having a clue about money, and needing money bad. Like I was doing silly stuff to earn money. Like he doesn't need to do that. So when he goes into negotiating contracts, he ain't sitting there thinking, "Oh, I'm on my arse, I've got no money." But I say I was like that. So he can sit back. He'll have people around him that basically go to him, kind of, no, don't do that. If they're giving you that contract, no, but you contract. You're a lot of smart people around me now.
I guess he's really lucky having you around.
Yeah.
And people like Conor Ben as well.
Yeah,
in
Connor,
the same gym.
Joe Cordinas.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. All of
them
those
sort of people around us. Yeah, like Connor's a smart kid. Conor Ben is a very, very smart kid.
Yeah.
He on social media is a genius.
Yeah. I see he's got 1 million followers
Yeah, but
already.
he's smart.
Yeah.
Like, as I said, Conor McGregor, they're smart people because they that sell themselves. I said to my son Conor, whether you like it or not, you've got to try and put on an act
Yeah.
to make people want to see you.
Mm.
Conor Ben,
Yeah.
most loveliest kid in the world, nicest kid.
Yeah.
On the camera, you know, that sell himself. He's unbelievable, isn't he?
Yeah.
Conor McGregor, I think Conor McGregor is a nutty man.
Yeah, he's the best at it. I think at selling himself, he's probably
see
one
what
of
he
the
done
best.
with Floyd Mayweather?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Mayweather. It's unbelievable. He's off his head, but like, they've done Roadhouse. You seen Roadhouse?
Yeah.
Like, who ever think that he'd like Roadhouse was massive when I was a kid. I still watched it about a week ago.
Yeah.
To think that he'd done Roadhouse now,
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Yeah. Quality.
What do you think you would be like in this era now?
Me,
With your style, your pizzazz?
yeah, like, I never took no shit. I feel like it now, still as a man now.
Yeah.
I'm nice. I'm a lot more calm and a lot more relaxed and laughing, joking now. But I still wouldn't take no shit off no one. I don't know if I've been any good on social media. I don't know if I've been any good.
It's probably because you're thinking the way you're
yeah,
thinking
yeah,
now.
but like, so like,
But people love like the you know, the commonality, you know, of what you like.
common,
Someone,
yeah, I was common, wasn't I?
yeah,
Yeah.
but we all are in this room, right?
Yeah, of course,
and
yeah.
people love it. Like even the posh twats out
Yeah,
there,
they do love it, yeah, they do.
want the people, you
Yeah,
know,
so,
the
yeah.
real people.
Yeah, of course, yeah. As well as in the West End and that being like talking about being that way I was. I bumped into a lady called Julia Constantini. I call her the West End girl.
Right.
And she's quite a bit older than me, She's a lovely woman, very attractive woman, pretty woman. She was splendid, darling. I was PTing in this gym, but you'd never put me and her in a bar.
Yeah.
We'd stand in separate corners because she's a proper high class, lovely woman. Like,
Yeah.
She went to school of worlds and all that. And you got me, but this gym, boxing's brought us together.
Yeah.
We're good pals now.
Yeah.
She's
Really?
mad as my shows. I was like beer. Like, I'll take her out in the East End in the pubs and that. Splendid, darling. I've had her on the salmon and ball in the bar dancing. But like, I think being me is just it has helped me in life. And there's like, and as we were talking about my son, it'll guide him into a better like pathway of career, and he'll be successful in a lot of ways that I wasn't through learning from my mistakes.
Yeah.
What sort of fighter is your son? Like what is he defensive? You know, is
Box
he
fighter, he can. If you remember, I used to slip and slide and punch.
Yeah.
He's doing it now as a baby. I only got that late. I got that late on in my career, moving like that. But he's doing it now. He's been doing it since he's been 15.
wow?
Yeah,
So just a natural.
yeah, he's a good fighter. He spars Cordina. He's like world champion. He was world champion. He's a good fighter. He beat the Ghanaian national champion, who's an elite fighter. Fights in the Olympics. Won the silver medal for the Europeans. So he beat him the other week on a 1 week call up. I had 1 week to fight him. Got yell over with him. Fought him. So he's got that sort of bit about him. Yeah. So he's a lot more. He's a lot more. People go, "Oh, your son's like you." I say he's not. I was like, "I'll come to kill you." He'll break it down. He'll kill you. But he's getting that age now. He's 19. He's getting that spitefulness about him.
Okay.
That bit of experience. So yeah.
Yeah, so he's going to end up like
but
down the line.
But hopefully early doors. And also he's an athlete. He don't do what I do. Don't go out his pie.
Well, one fight I always remember, it's probably one of the first fights that I tuned in to watch you, was Brady's Prescott.
Yeah,
right?
good fight, yeah.
Massively, like, what a fight. Because we watched it the other day, right? We was watching it, and like, for someone who knocked down Amir Khan in the first round, for then you to just go, and was it quite soon after that you fought him?
So it was about, I think it must have been, I don't know, roughly about 6 months after I fought him. I was the tax man, 42 grand. I was working nights on the underground.
Okay.
So imagine that. So I was at the height of my gout career, but while I wasn't getting the money I was getting, this is what I mean at that time of my career. And how much went I boxing for?
Don't know.
I was tax man, 42 grand. I went back working on a Monday after I fought Knox and beat him.
Right.
40 grand I got paid.
What? Really?
That's how much money I was getting out over. Like, so like, I'm saying to you about things about my career.
Yeah.
The reason I was always on the piss, I was famous.
Yeah.
I didn't like being famous because everyone knew me. Everywhere I went, it was stressful. So like, as a kid, when you're 22, 21, you think you get all the traction with the birds and that and the men, and you love it. And then a few years settling a bit, you're not getting the money you're meant to be getting. You're struggling to pay your bills. You're wearing your old woman and things, and it ain't going the right way. It was an absolute headache.
Yeah.
And be fair, when I got a video late on in my career, I was hoping to have been retired by then. So them extra 4 or 5 years I did were just purely because I was on my arse.
Right.
Yeah.
So, tactically, that fight, how did you approach that?
So the other day I spoke to AJ on the phone about Daniel the boy. Daniel, I know Daniel as well, but I spoke to AJ on the phone. I was in bed. He rang me up about, I think it was about 9:45 at night. Bearing in mind, I spoke to AJ a lot over the last 3 or 4 years because he's obviously made Mega League. And like, he struggled with various things, of doing things, and obviously imagine his phone don't stop ringing. But lately we've been back in contact.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'm meant to be meeting him this week.
Okay.
But and you can imagine, like, he's asked me what I think about it. I said, well, if you think when I fought Prescott, I said, what chances did he have of beating me? I said, was knocking me out. I said, same as Daniel to you. I said, if you narrow down the options of him hitting you, I said, and stick to 1 punches, 2 punches, and start the defensive movements. I said, don't throw no more than 1 or 2 punches. I said, you throw more than 1 or 2 punches at someone, they're going to get off their shot at you. I said, as soon as you throw a 3-punch combination, they're definitely going to get one off you.
Yeah.
So you bring up the risk of getting caught with that shot. I said, slow the pace down the fight, get behind jabs, stay old centre of the ring, aim in 1 shot, 2 shots, move the edge, roll. I said, slow the pace down and control it. I said, that way you narrow down the options of getting caught by his big shot. You take control of the ring by leading the centre of the ring. I said, and that way you've got less chances of getting caught with his one punch, which you're aware of, that's coming. So if you're aware of it's coming, you're more on point than it's coming in you.
Yeah.
But, so what I did with the Prescott fight, I narrowed down his options. So I worked on a game plan where I'd do 15 rounds shadowboxing some days. But I wouldn't stop, talk about the TKO gym that then Johnny M's had it. Busy gym, packed fights from all out of London, from everywhere. It was like a gym in the East End in Canning Town.
Yeah.
And basically I'd do 15 rounds, I'd be moving, there'd be like lots of people watching me and that. But I wouldn't stop moving me, like rolling. I was like a rabbit, one. I wouldn't stop. I'd do that for 15 rounds, concentration, I do not stop. Think someone's in front of you punching you, and literally not stepping off, not coming off. Not side, not thinking of saying I was stand on that. So it was a concentration thing. So I trained like that and then spar. I kept out, but I had good sparring. I sparred Nathan Wise in that fight, which was Nathan Wise is a good friend of mine. Good tall, light middleweight, light middleweight, big, strong and tall like Prescott. So I done a lot of training, like prepared for it in my head properly, and also what helped being skint. I needed a win.
yeah. Didn't Prescott get caught for drugs before that fight? After that
Must have been after that fight, yeah.
Yeah.
But after that fight, he boxed the IBF world champion.
Yeah.
And he put the IBF world champion down in the first round, and I think he lost him on points.
Okay.
Yeah, he lost him on points, the IBF world champion. And I should have fought the IBF world champion. When I fought at Wembley Arena,
yeah,
I missed a check weight when I fought forget his name now. I've been in it too much. Yeah, and I lost too much in check weight, so I couldn't fight that world champion for the IBF, but I would have beat that world champion easy.
Yeah, 100%.
I prepared right for it. My head was moving. My home life was good. What people don't understand is, well, being a boxer, you've got your home life.
Yeah.
You got your missus at home. If it ain't going good with her, There's just so much going on with your family, your kids all right, is your mum all right, what's going on with your family?
Yeah.
There's so much of being a sportsman that goes unlooked at, so much.
I've always, you probably haven't heard any of my music ever, nothing like that. It's quite probably weird for you to be interviewed by a musician and maybe a track runner, but the idea of
I love my music as well. I love to listen to music, yeah.
But like I've always approached from when my dad trained me and my brother up to box, it was just a gym in his garden, you know what I mean? But he brought us up to learn how to box, and I've always used that method in everything I do. So if I go on stage, I'm like I'm the best here. I'm going to be the one. I'm the one who's going to entertain you, and I'm going to do it. And I always find that there's such a link between entertainers, boxers, sportsmen, athletes, and it's sort of the idea of why we wanted to do this podcast. And I can 100% relate to like when you're coming home to the wife and you're singing for pittance, you know what I mean? And like you're coming home, it's your love, it's what you do, it's what you were bred to do.
Yeah, but if they got the hump, it ruins the whole situation.
It's true.
See what you talk about the career of being like working hard as a boxer, not quitting, this and that.
Yeah.
I'm looking to build a gym in Upminster.
Oh, quality.
Which was boxing gym. I'm going to put a charity in it, my brother's name, in Vincent We Trust. So the kids that can't afford it, kids from our backgrounds who can't afford it, kids from the streets in gangs that ain't got no guidance.
Yeah.
They might not be boxers, but 2 or 3 could become boxers out of, like, say, 10,000. But if I can get them, give them the doors, and I can guide them into college courses, being plumbers, electricians, give them guidance. I know at the start they won't trust me, but in time, you gain their trust, and you'll get them into college courses, plumbing courses, give them guidance. So it might not be boxers, you might get a few boxers out of it. What I'm saying is, like, through boxing in the gym, you'll gain trust. They'll find father figures, and then you'll with, like, school teachers. My school teacher, Mr. Graham, I'm going to get him working with me with it and basically get him kids in naughty schools, kids that are struggling, kids in gangs, and get them guidance where they get clothing. I make sure they're getting paid money. They've got money to go to college and guide kids out of trouble.
Touching on your brother Vinny.
Yep.
There's a pie and mash shop in Al's Al's Pie and Mash.
Yeah,
it's got a lovely photo of you two together. And
sold him my Harley before my brother died. Him.
Really?
Yes, I sold my cousin died, Jim. So I sold both my Harley. I lost about 50 grand in Harleys.
Wow.
And I paid about 50 grand for them. I shot about 30 grand in Harleys, of profit money. But like, I sold my last Harley to Al. And my brother, the divvy ass, goes and buys a suitor bike. Kills himself on it, dumbass. Yeah, but it's just, so that photo of the nails, I used to have hair back then, I think. And I bit buying it like that, I think.